She held their trust like a vault key, guarding the family fortune, managing their wealth, and keeping their secrets. But behind the polished smile and the quiet confidence, there was a plan. A plan to steal $3 million from the very people who believed in her most. The woman at the center of this story didn't break in through a window. She walked through the front door. And when the truth came to light, it didn't just shatter bank accounts. It tore a family apart. Before we uncover the details, hit subscribe and join CrimeCortex, where we unravel the darkest secrets hiding in plain sight. This is the story of greed, betrayal, and the high price of trust. The Thompsons were a family built on legacy and influence. Generations of success in finance and real estate had cemented their place among the city's elite. Their sprawling estate was a symbol, not just of wealth, but of trust, tradition, and family honor. At the center of this legacy was Julia Thompson, the eldest daughter. Known for her sharp mind and calm demeanor, Julia was entrusted early on with managing the family's financial affairs. She was the woman everyone turned to when decisions needed making, numbers needed balancing, and secrets needed keeping. To the public, Julia was the epitome of responsibility, a dedicated daughter, a savvy businesswoman, and a pillar of the community. Family dinners, charity galas, and company board meetings were her domain. But beneath this facade lay tensions few outsiders saw. Whispers of sibling rivalries, unspoken resentments, and mounting pressures that no amount of money could smooth over. Julia's role wasn't just about spreadsheets and investments, it was about control. And as the story unfolds, it becomes clear just how far she was willing to go to hold on to it. It began with a routine audit, something the family did every year to keep their sprawling finances in check. But this year the numbers didn't add up. $3 million were missing. At first the family was in disbelief. How could so much just vanish? Was it an error? A misplaced investment? But the trail quickly grew colder. The family accountant was summoned for an emergency meeting. Screens flickered with spreadsheets, bank statements, and transfer logs. Suspicion hung heavy in the room. And then came the shock. The missing funds had been moved through a series of complicated transactions. Transactions all authorized by Julia Thompson herself. The woman who had been the family's financial guardian was the one who had emptied their coffers. The news sent shockwaves through the family. Trust shattered. Allegations flew. And amidst the chaos, Julia maintained her composure, denying any wrongdoing. But the evidence was mounting, and the family's faith was unraveling with every passing hour. Julia Thompson's scheme was as cunning as it was complex. She exploited her exclusive access to the family's financial systems, trusted accounts, investment portfolios, and company ledgers, carefully weaving a web of deception that took years to unravel. The theft wasn't a single act, but a series of calculated moves. Fake invoices sent to shell companies she secretly controlled. Multiple transfers disguised as routine business expenses. Manipulated bookkeeping entries to hide withdrawals. Experts say the sophistication of the scheme could fool even seasoned accountants for months, sometimes years. Thanks to AI-powered forensic accounting tools, investigators were able to trace digital footprints left behind, timestamps, IP addresses, and metadata that connected Julia to accounts she had tried to keep hidden. They discovered how she used encrypted emails and burner phones to communicate with accomplices, all while presenting a spotless image to the family. Her crime wasn't just financial, it was psychological, a masterclass in betrayal masked by the trust only a family insider could command. Behind the veneer of wealth and success, the Thompson family was anything but perfect. Long-standing tensions simmered beneath the surface. Rivalries between siblings, unspoken grievances, and a pressure cooker environment where appearances mattered more than feelings. Julia Thompson wasn't just managing money, she was managing power. Some family members whispered that Julia felt overlooked despite her responsibilities, believing the family legacy deserved more recognition. Others spoke of financial pressures she never openly shared, debts, lifestyle demands, even secret gambling losses. Her closest relatives described a woman torn between duty and desperation, a perfectionist burdened by expectation who saw the family fortune as both a prize and a trap. These cracks in the family's foundation offered a glimpse into Julia's motives. Was the theft a calculated bid for independence? A cry for help hidden in numbers? Or a cold, deliberate act of greed? No matter the reason, one thing was certain: the betrayal came from within. Once the missing funds were discovered, the investigation rapidly intensified. Law enforcement teamed up with forensic accountants, combing through mountains of financial data to follow the money trail. Every transaction was scrutinized, every account examined. Julia's digital footprint became a critical focus. Investigators traced emails, phone records, and encrypted communications. They uncovered burner phones and secret accounts she'd set up to mask her activities. Interviews with family members revealed conflicting stories, shifting loyalties, and hidden resentments that complicated the investigation. AI-assisted data analysis helped detect patterns invisible to the human eye, revealing how Julia time transfers to coincide with family vacations and company board meetings, minimizing suspicion. Despite her attempts to cover her tracks, the pressure mounted. Surveillance footage showed visits to offshore banks. Financial experts identified irregularities in audit trails. Julia, once confident and composed, grew increasingly evasive under questioning. The case was no longer just about money. It was a fight for truth, justice, and family survival. The confrontation came unexpectedly. Family members gathered for what they thought would be a routine meeting, an attempt to resolve the financial discrepancies quietly. But when the evidence was laid bare, Julia's calm facade cracked. Faced with bank statements, digital trails, and witness testimonies, she denied nothing. Instead, her voice dropped to a whisper as she confessed to the embezzlement. Her reasons were a mixture of desperation and entitlement, pressures to maintain a lifestyle, feelings of invisibility within the family, and a belief that she could repay the money someday. The family was stunned. The betrayal cut deep, not just financially but emotionally. Shortly after, law enforcement took Julia into custody. The arrest was swift, no dramatic resistance, just a quiet acknowledgement that the truth had finally caught up. The courtroom was filled with tension as Julia Thompson faced the charges. The prosecution presented a compelling case, detailing the intricate web of financial deceit, the emotional toll on the family, and the evidence painstakingly gathered by investigators. Witnesses spoke of broken trust and shattered relationships. The family's pain was palpable, laying bare the human cost of the crime. Julia's defense sought to explain her actions through stress and financial hardship, portraying her as a flawed but remorseful woman caught in an impossible situation. The trial revealed not only a story of theft but of a family fractured by ambition, jealousy, and unmet expectations. After days of testimony and deliberation, the jury reached a verdict: guilty on all counts. Julia was sentenced to a significant prison term, sending a powerful message about betrayal and accountability, especially when the crime hits closest to home. The aftermath of Julia Thompson's crime rippled far beyond courtrooms and bank accounts. The family faced the daunting task of rebuilding trust and healing wounds that money alone couldn't fix. Financial advisors were brought in to stabilize the remaining assets, but the emotional scars remained deep and lasting. Julia's story became a cautionary tale in the community, a stark reminder of how betrayal can come from those closest to us. For many, it raised uncomfortable questions about loyalty, ambition, and the fragile bonds that hold families together. Investigators and financial experts also looked to this case as a learning opportunity, highlighting how advanced AI and forensic accounting tools can detect even the most sophisticated thefts, ensuring that no crime stays hidden forever. Julia Thompson's story is a powerful reminder. The greatest betrayals often come from within the family. Trust, once broken, is hard to rebuild. As we've seen, greed can disguise itself in the most familiar faces. And sometimes, it takes the sharpest eyes and the most advanced technology to uncover the truth. If this story moved you or made you think twice about who you trust, let us know in the comments. Do you think Julia's crime was a desperate act or a calculated betrayal? Don't forget to subscribe to CrimeCortex for more deep dives into true crime stories that unravel the darkest secrets. Thank you for watching, and as always, stay vigilant, stay curious, and never stop seeking the truth.